Now, Yademo Ekwakopiemo Ewo, the Economic and Financial Division 2 of the Accra High Court. The ongoing ambulance trial in the court assign Ekwasitna Yamame Justice Efia Sewa Saributri Court of Appeal Judge, the sitting trial judge. Otonisafre Richard Jakpa, the third accused. Say Wama court enyanentie say witnesses Mako enwotwe and wow no makasa so umra emedia dance ye emfama no said ye beya Richard Jakpa yemfa no enkonkoto afiase na yebeka ya some of these witnesses had to be subpoenaed esanse na omonye omadwen se omoba ababidia dance ye ama Richard Jakpa na no and last week yebeka ya Justice Efiase Wasaributwi emma omo warning say ne otenase na omo witnesses na omo subpoena omo no ebi ama bepiemu e wo court ho ama cross examination and was say koso no entimi ankoso a she will consider their case closed now or the ruling and the judgment ababa betuja ene CDS of Ghana Armed Forces eba BPMO and court oba be dia dance na SMPTV and Saka live proceedings ni be bamomoti na key amongst a year the testimony obe no and it say military no egitu mu based on report and findings omo ye fa Richard Jakpa ho. Say Richard Jakpa, number 1, was unprofessional in his conduct as a military officer. Number 2, sounds like bia na ensweni or say a lackadaisical attitude, unprofessional conduct on the part of Richard Jakpa. Na on the documents eba court on ma ujina working kanye a dear dance yes and Richard Jakpa bejina bonten kanye say attorney general documents or the buy so no kobobo $3 bi enya no kure no. The CDS of the Ghana Armed Forces have confirmed some Richard Jakpa boss abosiano Emma the commanding officer Lieutenant Colonel Yobodi Din on sudden command ehun said no any consequences jeni e bon brasa e no keka ho bi ene Richard Jakpa yi na di e ni free e ye so jeni na momi enko nintie said the court proceedings esi ekoye.
In the release of service letter that's the same report. Can you please read the report to us? The report.
Yes. Special report on conduct of Lieutenant R.A. Jakpa, GH 2899. The conduct of Lieutenant R.A. Jakpa, GH 2899, in the regiment. This letter was originated by the Amon Reki Regiment in Demakam. Over the period, it's not only unacceptable, but smacks of indiscipline, lackadaisical and unprofessional. The officer appeared on my interview, that is the then commanding officer, K. Oponchiri, appeared on my interview twice. First was on 2nd October 2001, when the officer parked a military vehicle overnight at his home outside the barracks. The vehicle was detailed with a driver, but he took the vehicle, including the driver, to his house, sacked the driver to go, and left the vehicle at his home. The second interview was on 4th September 2002, when the squadron Suriani. The second interview was on 4th September 2002 when the officer failed to return to his unit, 2 independent Reki squadrons, Suriani, after taking part in officer practical promotion exam in 2002. Squadron leaders of 2 Reki squadrons at different times submitted reports of indiscipline on Lieutenant R.A. Jakpa. The first report dated 18 January 2002 was submitted by Captain Yi Ousuansa, the then squadron leader, when the officer, after attending a course in Accra, failed to return to the unit after the course. Captain B. also submitted another report dated 28 June 2002 on the officer, when he again failed to return to his unit after officer's practical promotion exam in 2002. His second appearance on my interview was in connection with this. In addition to these acts of indiscipline and unprofessional behavior, the officer has been involved in a case of indebtedness to local Lebanese businessman, one Mr. Tariq Ezidin, to a tune of $400 when he served with Unifil Gamba 57. It was upon strong messages from the GANCON headquarters, the Ghana contingent headquarters, that the officer settled the amount. Prior to this, a Ghanaian local brought a case before me where items including monies were given to him from Beirut by Ghanaians residing there. The items and the monies were not delivered until he was instructed to do so. The officer was nominated to attend orientation course on RATEB ICV course at the RSP Regimental Headquarters at Reki Regiment for the period May 3rd May to 28 May 2004. He attended classes for only 3 days in week 1, 1 day in week 2, and 1 in week 3. He has now been charged for award. The charge sheet and the proceedings of a summary of evidence will be submitted separately. Additionally, there are quite a number of undocumented cases of indiscipline and misconduct on the part of the officer, which both officers and men of the regiment can attest to. The conduct of the officer of Lieutenant Jakpa in the regiment, without doubt, seemed to have reached its climax, since both formal and informal interviews, informal interviews are not yielding any positive results. Respectfully submitted for your necessary action, K. Okontre, Lieutenant Colonel, Commanding Officer. And the addressees are action addressees, external action addressees. The letter was submitted, like I indicated earlier, to the command from the CO, the battalion, to the headquarters of Northern Command. Was serving in Sudan. The Northern Command was there. Then, info addressee, they gave Army headquarters, 2 rescue squadron in Sudan, and information, Lieutenant R.A. Jakpa. The officer was also confidential. These are the addressees who are this one.
That's right. So from what you just read, the third accused was actually given a copy of this special report.
That's correct. Very document, that is correct.
And that is what you indicated, formulated in Exhibit PF. And that is what you indicated. That's what you indicated. You indicated, formulated in Exhibit PF.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Sorry.
Now, you see a statement about his indebtedness to a local Lebanese businessman in the sum of $400. Is that not correct?
That's correct. In the report.
In the special report. Is it the same indebtedness stated in SBP of $300?
No, my lady, they are different monies. The one in that the statement of account has been produced here is $300. That was a loan taken from his unit. The loan taken in 2004. And upon persistent request for me to pay, didn't pay until 2007, when that money was converted to local currency and was deducted from source at the pay office. So they are two different things, my lady. Right.
And this $400 indebtedness, was it accrued in Ghana?
No, my lady, in Lebanon. The $400 was Lebanon, Gamba 57.
When the officer.
Just
so what you are saying, when the officer was on mission in Lebanon, he borrowed money from a local Lebanese businessman in Lebanon.
That's correct.
$400, which
That's correct.
he deported it in. Now, we look at the same special reports that we indicated, there's reference to interview a number of times. Is the interview part of a disciplinary process? Or what is it?
It is part, my lord. And I can explain.
Please.
Permission, when officers commit offenses, there are several interviews that can be conducted. Some can be verbal and some documented. First, we call you, in the system will call you, your unit commander will call you on the issue. In fact, from even the lower levels, your OC or somebody will indicate that you are doing ABC. Watch it, and if it doesn't happen, then they book you for an interview. This one is documented, then it's kept on record. Okay. The unit keeps it for a while. If nothing happens again, it can be discarded. It keeps popping up. We refer to the earlier one, and based on that, probably the unit has to write something, and the unit cannot sit at the unit level, at the battalion level, and take any action. Summary trials and stuff can be done, but beyond certain level, they have to seek authorization from the service headquarters, and it should come through the command. So,
now, your subpoena also required you to produce a second document. Can you tell the court what it is?
Yes, my lady. That is the indebtedness to the pay office, the amount of $300 that was taken in the 2004, and on persistent pushing for the payment, it didn't happen. That is the
Why would you like to tell us that? Yes.
Mr. Jim will be given to them.
but it is a one that earlier came.
I just have to ask you if you have any objection. Due process. Do you have any objection?
No, we have seen it earlier.
Do you have any objection? Dr. Aziz Abdulaziz, we have no objection.
What about the last slide? Not sure that I saw clear enough. I recently, if I may see the next.
Quality wise?
Yes, yes.
It's the same. Okay. So 29th May. The date. All right, let me just say May 2007. So this will be admitted as Exhibit BH. Exhibit BH, for the sake of the record, is a document entitled Indebtedness Officer Lieutenant R. Jakpa GH/2899, dated May 2007, and it's submitted as Exhibit BH.
Can you please read the
Indebtedness.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'm on Lucky Regiment. May 2007. Indebtedness Officer Lieutenant R. Jakpa GH2899. Lieutenant R. Jakpa was granted a loan of $300 from the unit PR in 2004. The money was granted to the officer as of informal and formal interviews between 2005 and 2007 on his indebtedness. The officer has now confirmed his inability to repay the loan. The matter is of serious concern to the commanding officer. Firstly, because the officer's name regularly reflects as a debtor in the unit financial records and audit reports. Secondly, whereas other ranks who benefit from the same loan facility repay on time, Lieutenant Jakpa unfortunately cannot do so. To address this problem, the CO regiment requests authority for the CD equivalent of the $300 to be deducted in full from Lieutenant Jakpa's salary in June 07 and paid to regiment BRI account to put an end to the shameful and regrettable situation. Respectfully submitted for action, R.Y. Odoi, Lieutenant Colonel, Commanding Officer. And the action addresses are Headquarters Sergeant Command, Info, General Headquarters, Defense Financial Controller, Army Headquarters, and FPO.
Right. Thank you very much. Now, paragraph 2 of Exhibit DH refers to a series of formal and informal interviews with the third accused, Mr. Jakpa. Is that not correct?
That is correct.
That means he was also informed about the situation of the indebtedness.
That is correct. From the report, is correct.
That's correct. Now, if you look at the document SBPF2, you see that it was released pursuant to a letter written by the Minister for Defense. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Do you have that letter, Minister for Defense letter, in your records?
The release instruction?
No. I'm saying that the exhibit BF2, which
yes, sir.
They were released to the Attorney General formally by the Minister for Defense. Are you aware of it?
I have a copy of this paper here. I haven't given the thing to the Minister of Defense.
No, the question is whether you are aware that the Minister for Defense released those documents to the Attorney General.
I'm aware.
To a formal letter.
I'm aware.
Now, from what you have testified about so far,
If you describe it, who is it? If you do it again, I'll let you go in.
from what you have testified about so far in this honorable court, would you say that the third accused was honorably released from the Ghana forces?
My lady, the article that was quoted in the release instructions, it was not honorably released. It was released, but not honorably.
Thank you very much.
Can I explain something, lady? But when we have people who go out honorably and to be captured in the document. We have release instructions. Officer so and so is being released honorably. If it's not captured, it's just released.
Now, again, do you know whether the third accused was ever the officer commanding in the military unit in Sierra Leone? Was he ever the officer commanding the military unit in Sierra Leone?
Not that I know of my further rank. He can be also commanding. Officer commanding OCs, as we call it in short, for my captains. And they are second in command are lieutenants. So probably when the OC, the boss is not there, the deputy acts. He's acting OC. He can call himself acting OC. If it's not published, it's something that anybody can call himself. My boss is not acting this. But on paper, we have what you call troop leader for Recce Regiment. If it's army, the main infantry unit is platoon commander. By his unit, it is troop leader. That is all. If the boss is not there, he says OC. That is, people do that, but not captured in the only document.
or captured any documents. Right.
That I've seen.
Maybe that will be open.
Some people want no more, now some so it is. Utie, now show on my YouTube channel.
Be the first to know and send PT.